Hey everyone, I'm Naguura. In today's video, we'll go through everything you should do to prepare your characters for Season 3. So let's get straight into it. First up, they are Valor Stones. In Season 3, they no longer reset on season start. So this means you want to stock up Valor Stones on your characters to not have to worry about them early on in the season. Keep in mind, at the start of the season, you won't be able to transfer Valor Stones between your characters, so make sure you distribute them accordingly before the patch hits. If you need to farm Valor Stones, you can get a lot of them by doing World Soul Memories, but there are various different ways how to obtain currency, so go ahead and choose something you actually enjoy doing. Then let's talk about crafted gear and embellished items. So with the new season also comes new sparks and higher item level crafted gear. But because the sparks are time-gated and we won't be able to craft 2 high item level items straight away, you might want to consider recrafting some of your Season 2 embellished items to not occupy slots that you want to use important Season 3 items on. So here are the slots you want to look into and maybe reconsider or recraft. Number 1, cloaks. We will be equipping the Reshi wraps very early on in Season 3, and it's a very powerful special cloak that I will explain more about in my next video. Then boots. There's basically very important boots that drop in a raid that buff your cloak, which is going to be best in slot for most people or most classes and specs in Season 3. So maybe you have to reconsider using boots as your embellishment. And lastly, if you're a caster DPS or a healer, then there's a very strong weapon and trinket combo from the raid, meaning that some casters might have to rethink what kind of embellishment they're even using, since a lot of the casters were running the weapon exclusive embellishment Ascension in Season 1 and Season 2. Now let's talk about stockpiling and gold saving. So if you want to save some gold, I would recommend doing some research into which crafted items and which consumables you want in Season 3, and maybe already buy some of those crafting materials for it now. The prices will very likely increase by quite a lot. Now let's talk about character prep. So technically speaking, you don't need to do anything here. Nothing from Season 2 will be best in slot for Season 3. Thankfully, we don't have a Cersei circlet situation again this time around. But if you want your character to be as geared as possible to make early and plus and raiding easier, I'll give you a quick checklist on what you can do to prepare. So number 1, overcharged belt. Make sure you have your overcharged belt acquired and upgrade it to the maximum item level of 701. Simply talk to Dagran in Dornogal at the delving area and complete the quest chain he gives you. Each quest will have you go to an overcharged delve, do a specific task and finish the delve. You can do all of these quests on a Tier 1 overcharged delve, so this is pretty fast. You just need to make sure that every time you finish a quest, you go back to Dagran in Dornogal, turn in the quest, and get the follow-up. Now, number 2, Cersei's circlet. So if you don't have the ring by now, I'd probably skip this step and do not obtain the ring, because a normal ring at around item level 680 is going to be better than Cersei's circlet, and that's going to be very easy to obtain once the patch hits. Then, number 3, Horrific Vision enchant. So I've seen some guides say or basically tell people that they should be farming the Horrific Vision enchant, but make sure you don't do that because the Horrific Vision enchant actually doesn't work in Season 3. It's only enabled in Season 2 and will literally just not work in Season 3. So make sure you don't waste any time going for that. Then, number 4, item level. If you need to get caught up in item level, specifically if you are below 640 item level, you can go to Agmera in Dornogal near the Time Waste portal and purchase champion loot for 350 Valor each. This is especially useful for people that have multiple characters with some access Valor Stones, because Valor Stones are warbound at the moment and you can just send them between characters. You can just send it to one of the characters and then purchase some of these champion chests and get your character up to date with gear. Keep in mind though that the Valor Stones don't reset this time around in Season 3 as I mentioned earlier, so don't use up all of your Valor Stones here. And then lastly, you can get 1 heroic item by doing the turbocharge quest and obtaining a dinar to buy whichever item you want from the raid or dungeon. So definitely go ahead and do that, because there's very powerful trinkets or powerful weapons that you can get that will give you a little bit of a boost early on in the season. Alright, so this is everything I remembered regarding your character and your player power here, but since there are apparently some people that play this game for other reasons than player power and competitive PvE content, I'll go over some cosmetic stuff you might want to get now before it's too late. Alright, so Season 2 raid and dungeon achievements, like Ahead of the Curve, Cutting Edge, Keystone Hero, Master and Legend, won't be obtainable anymore as soon as Season 3 starts, as well as the dungeon portals you unlock by doing each dungeon at level 10. You will still be able to get these achievements in the first week of the patch though, so maybe try and get it done during that week if you have the time, because it might be easier with some increase in player power there. Then there are seasonal delve mounts from defeating the Underpin boss on Question Mark 1 and Question Mark 2, and the Overcharge delve mount from filling out the entire Overcharge challenge tree. So go ahead and do that if you want to. As always, there's various Season 2 PvP rewards you can't obtain anymore as soon as Season 3 starts, so maybe look into that. And until August 12th or 13th, if you play on EU, we have a huge experience and reputation buff called Winds of Mysterious Fortune. You can use this buff to level up characters really fast or gain a lot of reputation to unlock achievements, mounts, and rewards from Dragonflight or the War with it. You can use this to max out renown levels too. Additionally, if you want to be fully caught up on the story before the patch hits, make sure to go through the Arathi campaign and the lore walking stories. And that's it. I hope this guide was useful to some of you and you will go into Season 3 as prepared as possible. The next video I upload here will be about the start of Season 3, everything that is new, and what you should focus on during the first week of the patch. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And if you have any questions, just ask in the comments below or hop over to my stream at twitch.tv/Naguura. Thank you very, very much for watching and have an amazing day. Bye.